No one in this world can you trust. Not men, not women, not beasts. This you can trust.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host SwampSwimmer, and with me as always, the Wayne to my Garth, Vespasian.
We haven't used that. I mean, every single one I'm just surprised we haven't used. That's a great one.
You know,
hey, everybody.
I thought we had used that one before, and I went back. I have a record of just a text file of all the ones we've done. I'm like, how have we not done this one yet? It surprised me too. It surprised me too. So,
we need a Bill and Ted, obviously.
Oh, that's a good one. Have we done that one?
Let's add that one on there.
Let me check. No, we haven't used that one. Well, you know what the next one's gonna be, folks. So for this little intro, I thought we just I've seen a couple new shows that I'd like to recommend. So like everyone else right now, or I think like most people, I've been watching The Last of Us on HBO, based upon the video game. We all know video game movies and shows have historically not done too well, but this one's doing great and I'm really enjoying it. But that's actually not my recommendation. Just because I was like, oh, zombie movies, post-apocalyptic zombie movies are fun to watch. I'm like, oh, what other shows have I not watched yet? And I picked up another show on HBO Max called Station 11. And it's not zombie, but it's post-apocalyptic. A disease causes mass destruction around the world and people survive. It is very different from The Last of Us, but it's super interesting. It's like survivors trying to survive around, but it jumps back and forward in time, like consistently, like all the time. So it's a little confusing, but man, it's really good. It's really good. 5 stars from SwampSwimmer on Station 11 on HBO Max.
Okay.
Any shows you watching right now?
Watch the Head.
Yeah.
The one that you recommended, both season 1 and season 2, and we loved it. So yeah, I'll have to check that one out.
Oh, okay. I got another recommendation just came to me. There's a 3-part documentary. If you like true crime documentaries, there's one on Hulu called Stolen Youth. And it's a true story. It's a documentary about college students basically from Sarah Lawrence College in New York that basically fall into a cult of one of their students' dads. That's all I'm going to give you. It's a 3-part series, 3 hours. We're on hour each episode, 3 hour total. It's bonkers story. Bonkers. I watch too much TV. I watch too TV.
Stolen Youth, Station 11. Okay.
Stolen Youth, Station 11. But anyway, we're here to do a battle report. Let's get on to the battle report. I am on to round 2 of Desperado, the tournament to get into the Masters. Round 1, I get 12 points. Kind of a decent start, not an amazing start. I get paired into a great opponent, a nice lady named Alex. She is very, very new to the game. So it was a little bit of slow going, but it was still a fun game. And Alex was super chill, and I tried to be super chill. Alex, if I was a douche, you need to call me out on that. But we were playing round 2. We got encircle and capture the flags, and she's playing dwarves. Dwarves. So I was happy to see Alex, but I was unhappy to see dwarves as my opponent for round 2 because I needed big points, and it's really hard to get big points out of dwarves. If you are interested in my Beast Herds list in this tournament, please click the link right above my head. It'll take you to the round 1 video where we go over my list in a little more detail. Actually, no, it's not the round 1 video. It's the list review video above my head. That'll take all that information. But let's talk about Alex's list. She's got basically a different variation of the Unkillable King. Maybe a little more offensive. A Runesmith, or standard Runesmith. The Thane BSB with the Rune of Lightning, kind of the standard build. 27 Greybeards with great weapons. 26 Clan Warriors with Throne Weapon and Vanguard. 2 units of Hold Guardians, 10 miners, a steam copter, field artillery, an organ gun. So as I said, I don't think I can go into the unit with the king. I'm not going to be able... I don't have any shooting, so I can't whittle it down and then go into it. I don't think my Minnow Warlord can go toe-to-toe with that king.
It's not the smashing one.
Yeah, but it's the tough one. He's just going to sit there, and I can go in with my Minotaurs and my Lord, and I probably... He'll stick, but then he'll just whittle me down.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking going into this. So this is deployment. She had big center, I had big flanks. I dropped to go first. I've got my Wildhorns on the left with Gargoyles behind them, my Minnow Warlord in the center with the Minotaurs, 2 units of dogs to avoid the ruins right here in the center, another unit of Wildhorns, my Minotaurs with my BSB and Gargoyles behind them. She has the Steam Copter on the left, Cold Guardians. This is the Greybeards with the great weapons and no characters in there. Organ Gun behind them. Another unit of Hold Guardians, and then this is the Clansman with all of our characters in it. And let's just go through it. It's a pretty straightforward game. I just push in the center. I push 1 piece of chaff out there to start. This is she in her turn 2, on her turn 1, she doesn't move. If you notice, in my magic phase, the only thing of significance is I put a couple wounds on her organ gun with Swarm of Insects. Mm-hmm. And then she comes back and shoots one of the chaff piece that was in front of these 2 units. Gets it down to 1 piece, one dog. I pass my panic, and I use it as chaff again, basically. And I chaff up her big bad unit. Let's see here. And also in her turn, she brings on the miners in turn 2 back here on the left.
What did the organ gun shoot at?
It shot, and I believe it misfired, or maybe did a couple wounds to the Minotaurs here. It also had the it had Swarm of Insects on it, so it was -1 to hit. Mm-hmm. I think she rolled 1-6, so she was -2 to hit. It just didn't do very much. Okay. And then if you notice, in turn 2, it's no longer there. I hit it again with Swarm of Insects, and I blow it off the board. So it's a good start for me. It's a very good start for me.
What was she stuck?
Movement spell? It was the Blackwing Totem. Yeah. The doubled up Blackwing Totem. In her turn, she decides to move. She wants to shoot this other chaff piece, so she doesn't charge again, and she uses the other the Steam Copter to shoot the other dogs. And wipes those dogs off the board. In my turn, I start throwing out some charges. This Wildhorn goes into the Copter. I make a long charge with my Lord into the Hold Guardians on the left here. And I turn these Wildhorns around to face up with her Miners. And again, I chaff the big bad unit. I actually don't kill her Copter, so which is weird. So she brings in her Greybeards into the Wildhorns in the center here. Also, she brings in the Miners into the Wildhorns on the left, and I just blow up the Hold Guardians. I think I got up Spectral Blades and Awaken the Beast on them, so it just obliterated those guys. In my turn, I think this is incorrect. She breaks my Wildhorns in the center, which is unfortunate, but I don't remember it dying, so I don't know. I kill the Miners on the left. I get more charges with these Minotaurs in her backfield. into the Hold Guardians. Yeah, those Minotaurs in your backfield is a scary, scary thing. And this is a 2 turns later. Basically, these Minotaurs clean up everything. And
they kill both Hold Guardian units and then rear charge the Greybeards.
Yeah.
It looks like. Wow. Okay.
Eventually, I take off the copter here, and I think that was it. Okay, so this is an incredibly fast battle report. I'm sorry to go through it so quickly. We actually added it up at the end, and it was ended up being like an 18 or a 19 to me. But she realized she played a bunch of rules incorrectly, and then we were rushing through it, and Alex was a gracious opponent. She realized she was very much a beginner and learned a bunch of things in this game, and she offered me the 20.
Okay.
I killed everything except for her bunker with all of her characters in that one unit. And I don't think I lost those wild horns in the back. So I lost very, very little.
It kind of looked like the steam copter caught them when they fled.
Is that
like,
what it was?
Just by positioning.
Maybe I lost that unit.
See where it is?
Yeah. So, this was an interesting game. Alex was a great opponent. And this brings up a great question. I'll just flip to the last page here. I took a 20 out of it. We added up, and I said it was like an 18 or 19. I think it was an 18. And Alex offered me the 20 and said I should just take it from her. And this is, and I believe you have to believe me on this. I said like, oh no, let's add it up. Let's use these points. But she said no, just take the 20. That's what I want to do. I'm learning this game, and you should have it. This is a question about tournament etiquette. Should I have taken that or not? Because I definitely said, Alex, let's add it up. I'll use the 18, but she demanded I take the 20, which was you normally don't see that in a tournament.
What was it? Because you said that she misplayed some rules. Did she misplay some rules that were like in her favor, so she felt like it would have been a 20? Or?
I think there was I don't remember. It was mainly her making just decisions that like she never charged this piece of chaff with her character block.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you should count the points. But...
Yeah, that's what I believe me. I offered that to her too. It was an interesting game. Alex was a great opponent.
I mean, I guess in theory, an opponent can, resign the game, right, and just say like, I give you a 20. But I feel like if you make it to the end of the game legitimately and the points are different, you should sort of accept that outcome. But,
yeah.
I don't know.
So I guess that's the point of this battle report. Is I want to be completely honest. This is in the tournament results. She convinced me to take the 20, but I feel a lot of guilt over it. I don't think I should have. It was already very much close to a 20, and that's why I kind of relented. That's what it ended up being.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. If somebody offers it to you, like, that's kind of their prerogative, I suppose. But if the game is literally done and you can count up what the actual score was, it feels odd. But yeah. Yeah,
I feel a little bit of guilt over it. And also, this is my trying to playing into the Masters, so I guess this is my come clean moment.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it was very much a game about her learning the rules, and I just pushed forward. There wasn't a whole lot of tactics going on. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest with you, like, the outcome is kind of what I expected, because you out-chaff her.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have enough shooting to kind of rectify that. So, probably the likeliest outcome is you pick up, all or most of the threats outside of that big block, and then just chaff it all game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the way that it worked out. So I think that the outcome is basically kind of what I expected. So yeah.
Well, it's a big bump to my possibility of making it into Masters. I'm sitting now on 32 points, and we'll see who I get round 3.
Okay. Great.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everybody.